The cabin door seals shut, and your hands are shaking. Not from fear of flying, from exhaustion. You haven't slept in 19 hours, and you still have 6 more to go. Why does nobody know that? You smile anyway. That's the job. Smile first, feel later. Somewhere over the ocean, a passenger will ask you the same question they always ask. Must be so fun, traveling the world for free. You'll nod. You won't correct them. Not tonight. By the end of this video, you'll understand why that dream job is one of the most quietly punishing careers in modern aviation, and why almost nobody who does it will tell you the truth out loud. At first, it really does look like a dream. Free flights, new cities, a uniform that turns heads at the airport. Training videos show you pouring champagne with a perfect smile, walking through sunlit cabins like you're floating. You imagine yourself sipping coffee in Tokyo one morning and watching the sunset in Lisbon the next. It feels like the world just opened its arms to you. Then the schedule arrives. You're expected to be on your feet for 12, sometimes 14 hours a shift. Some routes squeeze in 4 takeoffs and landings in a single day. Layovers can be as short as 9 hours, barely enough time to shower, eat, and collapse before you're back at the gate. Industry surveys suggest flight attendants average less than 6 hours of sleep on trip days, and many describe going full weeks without a single night in their own bed. You memorize safety procedures for 6 different aircraft types, serve meals to 200 people in under 40 minutes, and somehow still have to smile through all of it. Nobody tells you the free travel comes with an invoice written in exhaustion. Your body starts keeping score before your mind admits anything is wrong. Chronic jet lag rewires your internal clock until you can't remember what a normal sleep pattern feels like. Cabin pressure and dry, recycled air leave your skin cracked, your sinuses raw, your throat perpetually scratchy. Radiation exposure from repeated high-altitude flights is something flight crews quietly track over the years. Varicose veins develop early from standing through turbulence in heels or dress shoes that were never designed for 12-hour shifts. You start carrying vitamin packets and pressure point bands like other people carry keys. And then, one night, something happens that no training video ever prepared you for. A passenger grabs your wrist to demand another drink. Another exposes himself under a blanket 3 rows from a family with children. You freeze for half a second, trained composure fighting raw human fear. Then you do what you're taught. You de-escalate. You keep serving. You keep smiling. Later, alone in the galley, your hands shake again, and this time, it isn't exhaustion. You are not the only one this happens to. Workers have described this in interviews again and again. Unwanted touching, verbal abuse, threats, all treated as an unfortunate but routine part of the job. Flight attendant unions have reported rising numbers of in-flight incidents over the past several years, many never formally logged, because reporting means paperwork, questioning, and sometimes disbelief. To the people around you, you're barely human. You're a uniform, a smile dispenser, a walking apology for delayed flights and lost luggage that were never your fault. Passengers snap photos of you sleeping upright at the jet bridge and post them online, laughing. Someone calls you just a waitress in the sky to your face, and you say nothing, because saying something could cost you your job. Here's something almost nobody outside the industry knows. Many airlines only start paying flight attendants once the cabin door closes, not from the moment they arrive at the airport. That means boarding, delays, de-icing, all of it can go unpaid. Picture standing for 2 hours during a ground delay, smiling at frustrated passengers, and earning nothing for that time. It sounds impossible, it's ordinary. And then there's the money that never quite adds up. After taxes, uniform costs, layover meals, and unreimbursed hotel incidentals, some junior flight attendants report take-home pay barely above minimum wage during their first years, despite working what looks, from the outside, like a glamorous global career. Some describe splitting studio apartments 5 ways near their home base just to afford rent between trips. Then comes turbulence. Not the kind in the weather forecast. The kind that makes your stomach drop for real reasons. An engine warning light. A sudden decompression drill that isn't a drill. A passenger having a medical emergency at 39,000 feet, with the nearest hospital 4 hours away. You are, in that moment, the only trained responder for 200 people. Are you ready? You have to be. There's no one else. When something does go wrong, an assault, an injury, a burnout so severe you can barely stand, the response from above is often disappointingly thin. A generic email, a wellness pamphlet, a reminder that support resources are available, followed by silence when you actually try to use them. Many crew members describe feeling like a replaceable part in a machine built to keep flying, no matter what breaks inside the people running it. And every year, the squeeze tightens a little more. Routes get longer. Crew sizes get smaller. Rest periods between flights shrink under new scheduling rules. Benefits that used to feel secure, healthcare, retirement matching, seniority protections, quietly erode contract by contract. You do more for less, and you're told to be grateful just to have wings on your lapel. So why do people keep doing this? Why do they keep folding their bodies into jump seats, keep memorizing evacuation routes at 2 a.m., keep smiling at strangers who see right through them? Because for many, this job is still the only door open to a version of stability they can't find elsewhere. It offers health insurance some other industries don't. It offers a paycheck without a 4-year degree requirement. For single parents, for people escaping smaller towns with no other options, for people who simply need out of where they started, this uniform, exhausting as it is a passport to something more than where they came from. And in the middle of all that hardship, something real still survives. There's a particular kind of bond that forms in a galley at 3 a.m., somewhere over an ocean, when 2 exhausted crew members share the same terrible airplane coffee and laugh about nothing in particular. There's the quiet pride of calming a terrified first-time flyer's shaking hands during takeoff, or noticing the elderly passenger traveling alone and making sure, without being asked, that they're okay. Ask any flight attendant who's stayed in the job for years, and most won't talk about the pay. They'll talk about a specific passenger, a specific night, a moment when their presence, tired as they were, genuinely mattered to another human being. So the next time you board a flight and see a flight attendant moving down the aisle with a tight, practiced smile, look a little closer. Say thank you like you mean it. Ask how their day is going, and actually wait for the answer. It costs you nothing, and for them, it might be the only human moment in a 14-hour shift full of strangers who never once looked them in the eye. Because behind every safety demonstration, every drink cart, every calm voice announcing turbulence ahead, there's a person running on borrowed sleep, holding 200 strangers' safety in their hands, asking for nothing more than to be seen as one too.